Hello there Scapers, my name is Xenavilius and welcome to this new video. We're going to be talking about a few things, mainly about the stuff that's going to be releasing on Monday. The main thing that's going to be happening on Monday is the release of the luck rework update. With this they're going to add 4 tiers of new luck related rings, and also, by the way, some insider information just for you guys, hasn't been released yet. They're going to be making thresholds for the base pet and Vitalis, so yeah, look forward to that, I guess. Who am I kidding? Maybe they will, you never know. They've got the surprise thing going recently, some of which included removing trim comp from trim compers for 2 months because they needed to get enough Reaper points to get it back. But anyway, we're veering off topic. So there are going to be 4 tiers of new rings. The current Ring of Wealth is going to be a medium tier item, which is tier 2. So I'm not going to look at the first 3 tiers because no one's going to make that, I don't think. The highest tier item is going to be called the Luck of the Dwarves, the Ring of the Luck of the Dwarves perhaps. It's going to need 97 crafting, 87 magic to cast the highest level enchantment spell, 107 invention because it's going to require invention to actually make, and you're going to basically need to make a new gem called the alchemical onyx, which apparently is slightly below the tier of a hydrix, and that's going to require invention. That's a nice twist, isn't it? So you're going to need 1 onyx, 107 invention, 50 fortunate components, 50 refined components, and 10 precious components. Now the 50 fortunate components is a part that most people are probably working on. It involves disassembling treasure trail items, which is what I've been doing in the background. I think I spent a total of 10 mil to get 38 fortunate components because I had 12 already. As for the refined components, you can get that easily by making a junk refiner, which will convert your junk into refined components fairly easily, and I think it disassembles itself after 20 refined components have been made. So you'll need 2.5 or 3 of these, I guess, in order to craft an alchemical onyx on the day. As for the stats, they're pretty good, can't complain about them, but it's intended to be used as a switch at the end of the kill, and it should work on most bosses in the game. And it should also work on clues, skilling as well. But the main thing I'm going to be using it for is going to be bossing, specifically Araxel. It will get me a 1% increased chance of getting a leg piece, I guess, which is going to be interesting. But I'll need to start to remember to switch at the end of Araxi. Sometimes that's more difficult than you think because you do so much DPS. So I suggest you guys start buying your treasure trail items now, because there's a limit of 2 per treasure trail item for every 4 hours, and each one only gives you 1 fortunate component, so you need to buy them all as soon as you can if you intend to make this on day of release. And I was kind of insta buying it, probably wasted a lot of money there. Could have waited over a few days because there's still 3 days until the release of this update. The second thing I was working on is ensuring I still keep my salty title come Monday, and for that I needed 135k chimes and 240 Tai G2. Fortunately, I really enjoy doing the art, and in my spare time, well, not in my spare time, but while I was getting the salty title, because I was so unlucky with the fortunate Orakami and the final seed I needed to complete my berries, I actually managed to find quite a few Taijutsu during my journey towards those 2 items. But funnily enough, this time around, it was the complete opposite. But anyway, the first thing I needed to do was make the shark soups. I had plenty of ingredients in my bank. Needed to convert them into shark soups, which I did. Last time I was doing shark soup cooking, by the way, I got the Ramsey pet, so that was quite nice. That's the last skilling pet I've had, number 9 out of 19. But yeah, something I didn't realize after making all these shark soups was that I should have sold them off as soon as I could, because there's a limit of 30k chimes that you can obtain every day from the Ark. And if you started at 0, well, to get the high armor of hand-to-hand weapons, you would need to wait 4 days to get all the chimes, even if you had the shark soups to sell off, because the game wouldn't allow you to obtain more than 30k a day. So, well, 5 days, should I say, 5 days. So yeah, I realized that too late. But anyway, I was Taiji2 hunting, and I found 3 fortunate Orakamis, 2 almost back to back and a third one a little later on. I was like, what the hell is going on here? I was so unlucky with this one earlier on when I was going for the salty title, and I even mentioned it in my salty title guide, which I made last week or 2 weeks ago. But I guess Jagex likes to troll people, first with the salty title changes, and I still firmly believe that they're trying to troll us. Well, not troll us, but make us salty about all these changes, because no sane person would be so indecisive about such such a big thing. I mean, seriously? The normal salty title requires 140 Taiji and 160k chimes or something, but just for these extra upgrades you need an extra 240 Taiji. That's like almost twice as much as the normal title, and just under the normal title's worth of chimes. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not going to rant about it because I think there's enough ranting going on in the community about that, but we just got to live with it and move on. Fortunately, those three fortunate Origami acted as treasure chests in the sense that they gave me Taiji, and eventually I got my 240 at Taiji. I started up at 214, so I only needed to get 26 more, so it wasn't much of an effort. And yeah, I've got everything I need. I just need to wait to sell off these shark soups, which I should be able to do by Monday. By Monday I will have enough chimes to buy all these new requirement stuff, so I should keep my salty title come the update on Monday morning. And that's basically it. Those are the two things I've been working on. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the luck rework. Haven't got too much more to say about it. I think I've discussed all the major bits of information there is about it. There might be a few other smaller updates that I've missed, which will be coming out on Monday. Possibly some surprise ones, like that base bet threshold update. How about that? That would be nice, wouldn't it? But I think they've firmly said they will never bring out thresholds for Vitalis. Not sure what they said about the base bet, but hopefully they didn't say that about the base bet. And talking of Araxel, following on from my previous video, I did say that I wouldn't do Araxel unless I wouldn't solo Araxel unless it was past 2-3, and I would only do the middle path with melee. But you can't miss a golden opportunity when you get it. And I did some duos on 1-2. 1-2 opened up today, and I had an Araxi task, so I decided to do some duos with my good friend Wildman182. Actually, his name is Drew now, DROO, who also had an Araxi task. And the results were spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Might still be a record though. Nice! A sub 3 minute. Let's go home, mate. Wow. Oh my days. 242. That was actually a bad kill. So yeah, that really did just happen. Would you believe it? Wanted a sub 3 minute kill. Got it straight away. That was nice for a change. And then we failed a few times due to some stupid luck and missed timing of hurricanes when Merribacs and web shields were out. And then we got sub 245, which was our next goal. The reason this was so amazing was we hadn't really gone for melee speed kills on 1-2 before. We'd done it on 1-3, always getting spider spawns on P4. We knew that if we did the same things we were doing on 1-3 when it was 1-2, we'd avoid the spider spawn on P4, so it would be a much quicker kill. But we didn't expect it to go this smoothly, even though, like I said, we died a bit in the middle, but it was definitely worth it if we can get kills like this consistently without dying. And at the end we got a streak of 4. We didn't even realize we were on 280% enrage. The next kill would have been a 300% enrage kill. If we go on streaks like this, then it's definitely better to duo than to solo, and duoing on 1-2. So the only rotation which I'm probably going to avoid is 1-3, so probably get my middles and my bottoms on 2-3 and get my tops duoing on 1-2. That's the strategy now, guys. Anyway, I know it's a long way off the world record of 140 something, 149, 145, something like that, but we're definitely getting there. And we need a complete shift of strategy in order to get anywhere near that. But for now, I think I was really happy with the effort we put in, especially considering that none of our phases were perfect when the others were as well, in the sense that whenever we got a perfect P4, or P3 was far from perfect, and vice versa. So once we string those together, I'm confident we can get a sub 230 kill. It should be quite interesting, and a nice goal to go for, whilst also just churning out those Araxo kills for the base pet. But yeah, I hope you guys look forward to Monday's updates. Hopefully the luck rework brings luck not only in terms of drops but also in terms of pets, and I will see you in the next one.